He's in a good mood. He's in a good mood. I don't know what it is. I can't say what it is. But
the
hey,
sun is shining. We're breathing.
Yes. So, welcome to this week's episode, Brothers, Both Sides of the Bars. I am one of your co-hosts, Uncle Will. This is my man.
The one and only Tony Larry, baby.
That's my bro. That's my bro. So, welcome, guys. And like we always do, before we officially get started, please make sure you guys subscribe to the show, subscribe to the channel, and just so you know, it's even more different content on the Uncle Will channel. But subscribe to the show. We want
and don't forget to tell a friend. Tell a friend too. Tell them tap in.
And that's how you share it with them and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, thank you guys for being here, and we're going to go ahead and jump right on into it.
Let's get it.
This week's episode is talking about should sex offenders be given a second chance. Now, I had brought this up to other people. They're like, well, aren't they given a second chance anyway because they out here, they're released or whatever, they're paroled? But come on, honestly, are they really given a chance because of the biased nature of things? I mean, it's almost like a person get out of prison. Are they really given a second chance? Because like we talked on other episodes about trying to get jobs, people telling you no, or because you got a felony and everything against you.
I mean, I feel you on that, but that's something totally different.
Okay, explain to me.
Because like,
you mic too, my brother.
Oh, my fault. But because you literally hurt someone. You know what I'm saying? Like you got them ones who get locked up selling drugs. Okay, that person wanted that. It's a difference. It was a hand-to-hand thing, whatever. Like, but you literally violated. You ain't just hurt, you violated. You know what I'm saying? Someone, you took the most intimate privacy moments that they only want to share with a person who of love or care or, you know what I'm saying, trust, and made it feel like it's nothing. You feel what I'm saying? It's a difference.
And I understand.
It's a big difference. You can't just violate. You violate. You ain't violate just, you violated the soul.
Man, and that is some real talk right there, bro.
Yeah, you violated the soul, bro. You can't just.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right. I mean, I wasn't saying. Let me get it clear that it was, a difference in regards to a parolee, just a regular parolee, as well as a sex offender parolee. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that how do we, if we even can, get past a person who then went to prison on a sex crime, and they are now released back into the community, and they are expected to be welcome and not to do it again, because they also are expected to get a job, to be productive, and to, I believe, still continue to get some form of treatment while they are out here on the streets amongst us. And keep in mind, too, that some of these individuals, they do have family. Some of them have kids themselves. Because a sex offender now, all right, in order to be paroled, you have certain conditions that you must agree to that you're going to follow while you're on parole, right? And with a sex offender, he or she, they have even more strenuous conditions that they have to abide by. Most of them are on, most of them are on lifetime tether. Okay, so you have to be on the tether so that way you can be monitored. We know where you go. You
for
can't
life.
Yeah, especially if it's a very violent, because you have some sex offenders then offended where they didn't mess with kids under 17. They then violated kids that was family, because it lists up in there. It says in the nature of the crime that whether it was under a certain age whether it was a family member,
relative or something.
Yeah. So, and then with the conditions, 500 feet away from schools, right? Also, it lists the victims in their parole order that they cannot have contact with them victims. But imagine if that victim was also a family member, right? So that family member, you go into family reunions and different stuff like that. But of course, that family reunion, you have kids. So 9 times out of 10, that parolee, he or she, they're not allowed to even go to family reunions. And imagine the division that it caused amongst family when this person gets out of prison. That has to be something real hard to deal with. And then you sound like giving them a second chance. I know I cut you off. What would you have to say?
I don't know how you go get a second chance though, because it's like I'm not about to let my child be the test dummy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, how you really ain't gonna get those? Yeah, you can probably get a job, or you can probably go here to get out here and function and everything. But as far as with people itself and knowing what you did and who you are and everything, I gotta play you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. It's just like that old saying DMX said. When you see a snake, you gotta recognize a snake. You see a dog, you gotta recognize a dog. Mm-hmm. You see a predator, it's the same thing.
I mean, but okay, so sex offenders come in all kind of categories. You have rapists. You have what they call pedos, child pedophiles. Okay, and then you also have like another level of Romeo and Juliet. The Romeo and Juliet thing is like, let's say for example, you had 2 kids. They were in high school together. One of them is, let's say, 17. The other one is just came to high school by 14. They've been dating off and on, through high school. But the dude or the female graduated, and the other one is still in high school. But they were allowed to date with their parents while they was in high school, went to prom and everything. But now, y'all still in a relationship. You have intimacy.
Like that too.
You have intimacy, right? Now you can be charged for rape.
I know a dude who was charged like that when I was in prison, and everybody was like, they was really like on his ass because like as far as the inmates, because they don't do the rape shit. You know what I'm saying? So he had to show them the pay. He went and showed them. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't soft either, but he went and showed them the paperwork and everything. It was like, look, man, I've been with this girl since middle school. We've been together. You know what I'm saying? Like, this been my little thing, my little yeah. He's like, I graduated. She was still in school, like you said, and the mama didn't too much care for me per se. You know what I'm saying? But I was making sure her daughter was straight. Like, I wasn't trying to keep her, go home, respect your mama, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but as far as having to beg her, and you know how they got them extra, if you ain't getting this, I make sure she have it. So her mama didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? And then so she pressed charges. She pressed charges on that man. They got him and got him sent to prison.
And now he has a record for being.
He got to register as a sex offender and everything.
Yeah, man, them Romeo and Juliet cases, those are kind of like real difficult to me to even accept or understand, especially when you look at the fact that they were dating as kids prior to. It wasn't like, he 18,
met her,
17, and he going to the school on a hunt or prowl for young
together
kids
before we even became adults.
Dating as kids, and mom and dad on both sides knew about the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And like with that particular situation, what's messed up about that? Because if he said they've been knowing just since junior high.
They've been dating since junior
high. Moms knew about that.
Mama knew about him.
But for her to turn drastically like that.
As he got older, he was getting successful. And he wasn't hustling. He was just working. Like working. And his daddy he told me his daddy was a great provider. His daddy was like, boy, you gotta get to it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so he liked her. And he wanted to take care of his girl. So he's like, you ain't gotta ask nobody for nothing, baby. I got you. Because he felt like, and even while he was locked up, you know what was crazy? Even while he was locked up, guess who came to visit him?
His girl. Now, that's the thing, too. Because I have seen that, too.
I'm like, wow.
Where, now, when they're on parole, they can't have contact with their victims. But it has been some victims of that situation that, like with the Romeo Juliet thing, that has come to the facility, and they're not restricted from visiting that inmate. So yeah.
And that's crazy because like I'm locked up because of you, baby. Even though she didn't do it, it was mom who pressed the charges or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you know, it was just. But he still have, even though he. No, he didn't do nothing. He still got to go register as a sex offender.
Now, in that situation, I think it would be easy to accept that person.
Yeah, I accept him.
But
he cool.
It's kind of hard for those who don't know the situation, though.
Yeah, exactly. The people
That's where the problem comes in at.
Who think it like, oh yeah, that nigga is a predator. You know what I'm saying? Because it says it right here. Mm-hmm. That's where the problem falls in at. But that man, when I've been dating this girl since I was in middle school, man. She was in the 7th, I was in 8th.
Now, while in prison, sex offenders, they do have different programs they have to go to be able to make them eligible for parole. But once they're out, like I said earlier, they also have to go to these different programs to continue to be free, to help them to no longer have those urges or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So before we move further, though, let's get some opinion of, people in the community and ask them what do they think in regards to sex offenders being given a second chance. We'll be right back. Mm-hmm. I got you. Hey everybody, Uncle Will here. So I'm out here with a young lady who's going to answer the question in regards to whether or not sex offenders have or should be given a second chance. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Miss Good.
Miss Good. So tell me, do you feel like sex offenders should be given a second chance in the community?
I do believe all sex offenders should be given a second chance. They're human just like us.
There you go. Okay, and I know you said that they're human, but why do you feel like they should be given a second chance when you think about the crime that they committed?
Now, first of all, I think they should be given a second chance. First, they shouldn't be around kids.
There you go. Okay.
That's number one. Number two, in certain areas they should be allowed to go in. Stay out the school zone. Stay away from local hospitals and stuff like that.
Right.
Everybody deserves a second chance because, people make mistakes when they're young, when they're kids, when they're teenagers, when they're, hanging with the wrong crowd and things like that.
Okay.
But yes, I really believe everyone should be given a second chance as a sex offender.
And it's funny that you say that because a lot of sex offenders will say, well, hey, I done my time. I've gone to all the treatment programs. All I want is a chance to get out here and prove myself. And so to meet someone like you that says, yes, they should be given a second chance, I applaud you.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, here we go, everybody. This Uncle Will here. I'm here with a young lady by the name of
Sade Walker.
Miss Walker.
Yes.
So, the subject matter of this show is should sex offenders be given a second chance in the community? And what would be your answer to that?
So mine is no, and it also, no matter what the crime was, as far as like if they touched kids, if they beat kids or anything like that, it would be no because the fact that you even had a thought to touch a kid, right? It could have been your niece, your nephew, your own child. It's like the severe of the crime, you should not be given a second chance because you will come out and 9 times out of 10, you will probably do the same thing or something else.
Okay. Now, MDOC and with the thought of the justice system is if he or she already went to prison and they done their time, why shouldn't they be given a chance while they're out within the community to be amongst us?
Because the fact that it was a thought to begin with, it's something that's like underlying for you to even do something like that. Like you have an underlying issue for you to do something like that. to where like we can't chance it. Like we can't take a second chance for you to do it again. You already did it the first time, so it's like a one and done, in my opinion.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to
Yes.
give us your opinion. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
But yeah, that's how that went though.
Dang, man. So we're back. As you see, this right here is a touchy subject.
Very touchy.
You know what I'm saying? Dealing with sex offenders in the community. Because when you think about our kids, we were very protective.
Very.
You know what I'm saying? So we already protective as men over our women, but for our kids, we're even more protective. So
Zero tolerance.
I do understand the response of things, and just like I don't know if you remember, I believe I told you guys before too about what happened to me as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because as a kid, I was you know what I'm saying, violated and stuff too. But this was by a family member, you know, and so moms didn't know. I never told her anything until I was about. I think I told Mama. I was around about 17, and the guilt, the embarrassment, the shame of it, and I'm the victim. You dig what I'm saying? But I was ashamed to even talk to my family, my brothers, my sisters. But when I did finally release it and say what I had to say, it made me feel even better, especially with the response that I got and the support. And that's another thing in regards to this, the support system. When these guys get out and they're released, hold up, before I move on, I did receive negative feedback from family in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, you know, I was the victim, but I did receive negative feedback, but I'm not going to go into more detail than that. But I just want you to know that even victims tend to be victimized even more by people. You think what I'm saying?
Fuck them.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have did what the fuck you did, hoe ass nigga.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, it was horrible, and he still is amongst the family, and then did other stuff to other children, even though no one wanted to, you know, deal with that or recognize that either. So
Sweep it up under the rug.
right, and that's what some families do. And I'm not just mine, but that's just what some families do. They will they know that they have a predator amongst them, and no one confronts them. It's like everything is just, like you said, swept under the rug, you know. But back to the subject at hand, also even more is that when the person is released back to the community, they now have, which they had for a while, these different programs that I like, that lets you know that there are sex offenders
In your
amongst
neighborhood.
you, in your community. So you can go up on there and you can keep track just to make sure, because you know you have children and you have family, just to keep track of those sex offenders. Now the problem is those that abscond or those that don't register properly. Now MDOC, I have to give it to the my fellow agents that are sex offender agents. They be up on it. They make sure these guys register. And if you don't register, they will violate them quick, fast, in a hurry. But you do have some that are abscond. You don't know where they at, right? And so these are the fears that I have about those particular individuals. But overall, though, MDOC have a lot of different resources that we provide to these men and women once they're released. But prior to them being released, they have to go through programs with the MDOC, and I'm going to go over one of them. The one program is they call the MSAP. The MSAP is known as the MDOC Sexual Abuse Prevention Program. So the program use evidence-based, okay? It's an evidence-based program, okay? And it's also a cognitive behavioral therapy. So it's supposed to be able to help them to identify what they did was wrong, right? Make them identify with the victims, with their victims, by making them talk about the crime that was committed, the assault that they committed, and hopefully make them have empathy for the crime that they committed. Now, me and you talked about on different shows about how sometimes individuals they complete these required programs only because
They want to do it again.
and they want to get free
Yeah.
from prison so they can do it again, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this is the case, but these are required programs. This is one major required program that a sex offender, he or she, has to attend in order to be eligible for parole. Now, the question is that is it effective though? You know what I'm saying? That's my question, because knowing that the only way that I'm going to be considered, I have to attend this particular class. It's mandatory. I feel that they should make this particular thing mandatory because I want to see if you're going to go. Because if you volunteer to go, it'll show that you want to be reformed.
You want to be reformed. You're trying to turn over.
You're trying to turn over a new leaf. But if you're being made to go and you're being made to participate, because it has been, some individuals have been kicked out of class because it's also a participation thing too.
Not to cut you off, but you
Go
got to
ahead.
think about it like this though, because that's just like a person with a assault of crime, and they make you take AA, assault offenders. Now, should they not make you take AA, and you should volunteer to go because you want to change, or should they make you take it because they let you know, like, hey, this is what's going on. This is how your brain thinking. Like, I feel like whether they giving it to you or not, or making you taking it or not, like, you should really go because you really don't get the full effect of the damage you're doing.
Yeah. I see what you're saying up on that too. I guess I want to know that you're really sincere. You know what I'm saying? But you're right though. They do need to make them take the class.
They
So
need to
I'll
take
retract
that class so they can
do.
they can know.
But how do you know the sincerity? You know what I'm saying?
You'll never know.
You never know.
You'll never know a person intentions, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
And that's what's scary.
that's the scary part, because a person can hold a persona, but only for so long.
But then
I could do whatever these people need me to do so I can get up out of here.
But when you say only for so long, that's when even more damage can occur.
It'll go
release
further
someone
than it ever went before. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say it's a touchy situation. And, you know, when a person find out what it is with they're prejudged. They already prejudged. And, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you go ever get a break. If a person find out that you have a sexual assault charge in your rep, no matter what, bro, you gonna always be prejudged, even for the Romeos and Juliets. And it ain't fair, but it's just the way the world is. Like, nah, I ain't about to be a predator. Like,
I mean, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie and say, bro, that I don't have some biases. I mean, not just because I was victimized in a situation as a kid, but I just can't. I have 6 children. I thank God all of them grown. Got them up to age. I was able to protect them from shit that I had to see or experience as a kid. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I just honestly don't think that I could even I could be biased. I just don't think so. I mean, to me, I just don't see myself having in any faith, any trust in a sex offender, even though I know the fact is that he or she did their time. They did what they're supposed to do, required by law. But I just don't think
completely healed.
I don't think it's like those urges can go away like a light switch.
Yeah, it ain't. That's how I feel too.
I just don't see that.
I don't see you just turning that off. Like, you know, it ain't like me going to do carjackers and rob a person You know what I'm saying? This is something like this is a physical touch. This is
it's like a chemical imbalance.
Yeah, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is personal. This is within you. You this is for self pleasure. That's what it is. It's self pleasurement. You doing this for self pleasurement. Like when I do what I did, it's because I wanted to get some money. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get some money. Baba had her rules. I was trying to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Some quick money real quick. That's you trying to get self-pleasurement out of somebody else's pain. Yeah. It's a difference. It's a big difference. It's the categories.
Yeah. You know, and it brings up also one of the major cases that we had here in Detroit recently, Jarvis Butts, the dude that was grooming the young lady, and he wound up killing her and everything. And
one got killed in prison, in jail.
No, he took his own life.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah. So
he knew he wasn't gonna make it at MDOC.
He knew he wasn't going.
And this is where the officers be real. They look to the left. He'll be in there getting whooped up. They ain't gonna do that.
I can say the state police, MSP, are currently investigating the situation because this was a high-profile case.
Yeah, very high. He did that baby like that.
He groomed this young girl for
years. Still ain't found that baby.
And they still haven't found the body. And he went to prison before. He was released. And this time he took his crime to a whole nother level. And he not only, from what the records say, assaulted her, but he also assaulted other children too.
Convicted killer Jarvis Butts found dead in prison. Butts pled guilty to killing Naziah Harris. He received a 35 to 60-year prison sentence and for sexually assaulting multiple girls. His cause of death was not revealed. We have multiple calls into authorities, and we'll have much more on this story throughout the day.
So this guy was a straight-up predator, you know, and this is one guy that I don't feel no remorse for because of the fear that he must have had to only be. He only started his sentence, and 2 weeks later, into your sentence, you already committed suicide. It weighed that heavy on you, knowing what you had to possibly endure, what you had coming for you once you got out of quarantine.
He was probably it wasn't once he got out of quarantine. In quarantine, them boys ain't playing.
They must have been. They must be on his head.
Man, what?
Cause them open bars, imagine,
man, bro, they do
screaming
not,
at
bro,
you, all that.
They
shit.
Ain't no screaming. None of. I'm on your ass, boy. As soon as these doors break, nigga, I'm on your ass, and that's just that. And you got 900 inmates in this one prison, and all of them know you a predator. We're all horning you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in that, they horn you, and they on your ass. Commissary, no commissary for you. No, none of that. None of that. You about to go to child breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You about nothing. Gym you bought some shoes? None of that. Give me that.
Damn.
It's gonna be pressure. It's gonna be pressure on you, bro. You raped a child and you molested a child and killed her.
You got her pregnant. You killed her to hide
the pregnancy. You a scum. It's over for you, bro.
Other kids too, bro.
Other kids too. That's what I'm saying. So it's showing that this is what your rep. So now it's a rap, bro. You know once he made it up in there, what was going on, man.
I could not see, because listen, when I go up in there, you see guys, they want to play dominoes, play cards. They on the yard getting money, working out, you know what I'm saying? I just couldn't imagine anyone spending that time with this dude. I even...
probably the chaplain. That's about it. That's going to be his only friend, the chaplain.
I even asked a couple of guys up at Cotton. I said, I bet you guys can't wait for him to get on out of quarantine and stuff, so y'all could go ahead and develop a workout plan, all kind of shit like that, whatever. Like, whatever, Jay, whatever. we got something for this motherfucker. And that's how it was put to me. I said, you know what? I'm just messing with you, bro. I already knew you guys had something planned for him. And so I can only imagine being in number one, RGC. For those of you who don't know about RGC, one of the oldest prisons. Okay, it's where inmates go to once they finally sentenced by the courts. They go there first for quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
They up in these old ass cells with the bars where you can reach through. They be clanking shit on the bars. Imagine being up in there after you just got sentenced for this super high profile case. You can hear guys from the fifth tier, screaming down the guys
to
up
the
under you,
first.
depending upon what tier he was on, letting them know, we got you. Imagine the mental, psychological effects on someone knowing that you don't have that much longer.
You ain't got that much longer before we
you
able to
got.
And that's the thing, because I was there. I went to RGC. I was at RGC.
You went black.
Yeah, so I know. Oh yeah, your child. You probably got these little 30, 45 days in here, but it's gonna be somebody who go ride out with you at that facility that you go to, and they go know everything you did from there, and they go put it out there. Hey, look, that boy Predator, he out rape, and it's gonna be somebody who go be already in there, ain't got nothing to lose. He gonna make an example out of you. Before you know, you be sugar smacks.
So
you know what I'm saying? Like that's it.
So imagine.
That's all. You be watching people draws, and that's why you got to keep it to. No, that's what it is.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
again, they don't. A lot of the times they beat you. They beat you and make you their bitch. Just the same way you did that baby. It ain't no remorse. This dude in here for life. For life, natural. He ain't never going home. 40 murders. Never going home. Yeah, okay. You like to play with kids? I ain't never even get to see mine. Maybe you could be my child. That's how they be. Like them guys be in there be crazy. And you already know when you going in there on something like that, you ain't going to no low level. You going to level 5.
Level 5. You definitely gonna start off at level 5.
You going to level 5, homeboy.
Yeah,
it's about to be rough
5.
For you. You going to level 5. Once the boys up there at level 5 find out that you ain't never gonna make it to level 2.
You talking about Barrica or IMAX?
Yeah.
In Michigan.
It's over.
Look him up. Okay. He would have had it hard.
He'd have had it hard. He'd have got a lot of hard stuff.
You gotta forget my brother,
he
y'all.
Deserve it. He deserve it.
And like
he
I said,
it.
I'm not saying I would have
Real
felt
talk.
any remorse. Like I don't feel any remorse about him taking the coward's way out, because I'm still upset that they still never found the body, even though he made that plea deal to get up to 30, 35 years or something in prison. He would have been eligible for parole. Still never found the body or whatever to even give the family, you know what I'm saying, some closure. You know, so I feel no remorse for it. But these are some of the reasons why people have prejudice for sex offenders. Because when you look into the nature of their crime and the victims, you're being now told that these people are going to be amongst you.
Mm-hmm. Moving around your kids.
And
watching your kids
you have to
at the
interact
store.
with them.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Your kid might be at the store. You trying to get your kid a popsicle. Hey, baby, you said so cute. It ain't like back in the day where you old people like, oh, look at that baby. She just so cute and got good attentions. Now you got to watch because people messed up nowadays.
It has increased though, bro.
It went up. It's just real crazy.
It has increased the crimes, the nature of the crimes, and then when you add in the
severity of the crime
in the internet, you know what I'm saying, social media, even with the video games, kids playing online or whatever, you have all these sick and depraved people finding different ways to victimize your kids, and we're referring to what they call the pedophiles. They're finding different ways to target our children or whatever through social media, TikTok, and all that. And I'm glad a company like TikTok has come up with some security features to help, protect our kids.
And then this the thing though, you never know who it might be. Like, so, because that, and I'm saying that to say because my ex supervisor just got locked up not too long ago for child pornography.
Oh, ain't that something?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm talking about. You got other people kids. You showing other people kids naked. Your own kids on there naked.
Damn.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But you wouldn't have never thought that he was that type of person. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I had a CEO tell me that one of his coworkers, this was, well, I ain't gonna name that facility, but he was telling me how he was friends with this CEO, and come to find out that this CEO was also doing similar things like that, and he wound up getting arrested and getting charged with CSC. You know what I'm saying? So you could be a police officer, you could be a doctor, a lawyer, school bus driver, whatever, and you don't even know that that person behind closed doors had those urges.
has the mergers.
So imagine these individuals haven't even served time or haven't even been charged with anything, and we don't know nothing that they're doing. But imagine the ones that's actually coming out has committed the crime,
Exactly.
and you know what they done.
Exactly. That's why I make you so weary.
And the point of me saying is that you just don't know what the hell's going on out here in these streets. That's why you just got to stay alert and
all time.
Oh my God! But I'm just gonna say this: I cannot honestly, and me and him always said it from the very beginning. We're gonna be as honest as possible. We're gonna be honest, transparent. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even the field that I work in, I cannot see myself giving someone that was or that is a convicted sex offender a chance at anything to be around me. You're not welcome to my home. I don't care if you're a family member or not, especially if you're a family member, especially you know the one I'm talking about too. But even another family member that's convicted of sexual charges, I cannot break bread with no one that has been charged with rape of a, let alone an adult, another woman, but of kids, innocent kids who can't even fight back. And you want to tell me that I should try to give them a chance? Fuck you and fuck that. And I ain't really even use profanity like that, but I'm just keep it 100 with you.
Fuck yeah.
I can't do
100.
it. I just can't
It's
do it.
over. Like you did that. Like you did that. Take your shit.
You did that. You deal with the consequences of. But for those of you who utilize religion to help get you to the point to where you can, use God to say, I can forgive you, and you can move forward, move past with that.
Do you?
Do you? You know what I'm saying? But
power to you.
I
But
can't
from here,
do it, and I won't do it.
It's a wrap.
So,
So we protect the kids over here. We ain't praying on them.
And I have too many nieces and nephews, and I do my best to interact with them as much as I can. And I would do my best. I put my life on the line for my nieces and nephews. Okay,
Fast.
I already did it for my kids. I got them through. They're grown. I don't want to hear or see anything that's going to hurt any of my nieces and nephews.
A child.
A child,
period. You know
a child,
what I'm
period.
saying? It's
But I'm trying to deal with what's close to home.
Yeah.
Because I was in a situation at family members' houses. You know what I'm saying? And I should have been protected, but I wasn't. You dig what I'm saying? So if anyone ever come to me, my nieces, my god babies, my niece, not, I'm investigating. I'm now investigating because I'm not just going to accuse, but I'm going to investigate. Because one of the worst things to be done to a person is to be accused of an offense, and he or she didn't do it.
Right.
That's a whole nother
that
subject.
can happen too. That can happen too because you got your sour apple bitters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just do that. You know what I'm saying? But you for the ones
But
who
for the
know
ones
that
that
messed up and you know you messed up, you messed up, nigga.
Uncle Will on your ass.
You messed up.
That's what I gotta say. So as we get ready to wrap this thing on up, bro, what would you say to those who them sex offenders that tell you that they deserve another chance? I done my time. I need to be given a fair shot, just like anyone else. What would you say to them, bro?
I would tell them until you been raped,
Look right here in your camera.
until you been raped, you ain't did your time, homeboy. You ain't did nothing. Till you be raped and able to take the same pain and excruciating punishment and the insecurity feeling for all that. Go on and go back to your cell, homeboy. Just that's it. Go on and sit back down. You don't even deserve it. Go home. Go to your cell. Oodles and noodles for you for the rest of your life, my man. You violating kids. You violating these women out here. Oodles and noodles. Go on here to sit there. This prison was made for you. Go on and enjoy it.
You see, and so what I would say is that I am a firm believer that a person should be given a second chance in life. To me, the judge has already sentenced you. It's not my job to sentence you or to, you know what I'm saying, convict you of anything because it's already been done. It already happened. But for a sex offender, I cannot relate, deal with you. To me, if you're a person that committed a crime, sometimes you make a mistake. Sometimes things just happen. You get out there, you do something. You can even have regret afterwards or whatever, right? But sometimes things just happen, a one-time incident, and you just wind up getting caught up on some stuff. I can deal with you because I've done some things that I probably should have been locked up for, but never got caught, right? So I can deal with it. But I have never raped a person and just didn't get caught. I have morals. I have values. And I just honestly don't feel like there's nothing any program or programming can do to make you release them urges permanently. You can probably make it, docile for a minute. But when you get out there in them streets and you have that freedom and that access, that's what I worry about. That's what I worry about. Mm-hmm. So with that, I can't give you a second chance. And I'm not sorry for not being able to give you a second chance.
How do you even get off somebody pain sexually? Like, that's it crazy.
Bro, you got the dark web. You got these guys out here with these pictures of kids doing all kinds of stuff. Then you got guys that violate women. And I have sisters. I have nieces. I have a wife. I have daughters that would have a mother that would kill me or do something to me if one of them was sexually violated, bro. That would do something to me. So, I want to move from it and just want to say this has been a tough topic.
Yeah, that's a touchy situation, man, because this type of situation make you self-incriminate yourself. Like, nigga, I do something to you, boy. You touch my... But yeah, it's a touchy situation, and I don't know how you come back from off of that.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I just can't see the comeback.
It's weird because I'm hearing little kids outside playing outside my studio. They on the other side. They out there playing. And I'm listening to it when I hear them playing out there. I'm hearing innocence. They out there playing, laughing. I'm hearing innocence, and that's what I have a problem with.
Don't take the innocence.
You may be a good person in your mind. You may be a good person because you did something. I can see you being good, but in your mind, you may be a good person. I still can't do it. So. With that being said, like I said, this was a tough subject. Please, if you guys have any comments, please give them to us. Let us know what you think about this topic. If you are a sex offender and you're watching this episode and you feel like you have some things that you may want to share, if you're brave enough to do so, please do that. And hell, if you want to come on to the show and give us your point of view, I guarantee you no one going to try to beat you down verbally or whatever. Give you a platform to come in and speak your mind up on some things. But again, I want to say thank you guys for tuning into this week's episode of the show. And please make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Okay? And until next week's episode, peace.
Peace.
Bro. Rough.